What's up, guys? Hades here. Today we're talking about how to analyze a report. So this is one of the most important skills in the game, and I feel like so many people don't really understand reports and all the little intricacies that come with them. So sometimes you come across a problem and you go, wow, why did this happen? So I have this report against Wang and I totally dominate him with my main, right? It's not even close. He pretty much has everything in the right position and boom, easy win, right? And then later he hits me again and what happened here, right? It's like, well, let's look at the data. Let's look at the reports, right? Let's look at the replays. How do I analyze what best happened here? First of all, you have to look at the stats. Just straight up, what was the most damage? Okay, normal hit the most, blade second, cleave, and then a bunch of lifelink damage, which means I smacked myself a lot, and then a few sandstorm hits. And then I go to my Himiko. I was like, okay, her ultimate, annihilation, a lot of lifelink damage, tons of healing. And then we go to the other side and we go, okay, Hannibal didn't do very much. Alex kind of carried a lot of toxin hits, not a whole lot of cleave and normal attacks, right? And so we go to the other side and we go, okay, what happened here? Okay, mine looks pretty similar, but my healing's quite a bit less and the time is quite high. And then I go over here, oh wow, so much more damage, right? And you go, now let's watch the replays and kind of get to see a better picture of what happens. I watch tons and tons of replays. I spend so much time in replays. So the first thing to notice here is these really nice features at the top. They added a pause button. I love the pause button. I wish this big thing in the middle wasn't there, but it's a pretty good feature all in all. So his Alex is hitting my Alex. This is ideal for him because his Hannibal is hitting my Alex. Why is that important? Well, because Alex does all my damage, right? Alex and Himiko, of course, but Hybrid naturally counters this team because if they're focusing your Alex, Himiko is focusing on the supports, right? She roams either this slot or this slot, which is just bad. Like, it doesn't matter if either of these aren't there. You can't stop the front. And then I'm running web, and their two frontliners can't be webbed. You can see the lifelink here is attached to Himiko and Zeno. You can see with these lines, and that's just not ideal for him because Zeno's not doing damage and Himiko does almost nothing to the front line. So not great lifelink spawns at all. He really wants his lifelink to spawn on my Alex, which I believe it does right there. And it just becomes a sustained battle. So I'm getting shields, he's not getting shields, we're both getting heals. My Alex starts to drop low, but he's starting to drop really low too, and he's not getting those cleave procs from his skin, and the Zeno's about to die, and then just barely hang on here. You know, a lot of this could just be some of the RNG of the game, and I like to exit out before so you can skip the kind of final cutscenes. But then we need to watch the other replay. Like, you can't just watch one replay and just assume that's enough data. Like, we need to look at this one. And again, a very long battle, very slow, drawn out. It is a hard matchup for the Himiko Earth players. And we can see I got a nice little lead on him, 3%. I got some nice big hits. But he's going to make a comeback. And I want to see what makes that comeback happen for him. I'm still winning. His Alex is really taking a lot of damage. And then boom, right there. All the cleave procs. So I see what happened. The first realm had gone on Zeno, and he was getting all the cleaves from his Hannibal onto my Alex, and I lost all this chunk. And then it just snowballs into Alex dying early. It's also going to be a few of the debuff procs. He's wearing Toxin, which is one of the best counters to Alex. And as soon as my Alex dies, I just don't have any DPS. once my DPS runs out, we're not looking good. And then you can see here, all I have left is a 1/3 HP Himiko, and then this fight kind of falls apart after this. And he's just gonna heal probably more than I can deal, and he's gonna end up winning this match relatively easy. And you can see 34%, and now I'm just smacking a tank, and he's healing. 36. 37, and he's gaining HP as it ends up. But I end up timing him out and getting the defense win, which is quite lucky, as he had barely not finished. So going back to the reports, I have a few details that are really important that I want people to understand. The first one being is sometimes in the normal like arena and stuff, you need to click this bonus comparison chart. Sometimes this makes a huge difference. Whether you're on war talents or they're not, or maybe your tech is way different than theirs, and everything looks pretty normal. Just dodge and crit. I do have max tech, and then you can click on the arrow and get a drop down, and you can see Lord talent accuracy is way down. For us, I'm not using the accuracy. I am using a bit of resilience, right? So let's go look and see if that played a factor. Well, look here, Blade Vortex mixed 4 times. And anything else? 1 miss on no escape, almost no missing. And then let's look at the opponent. No missing and no missing. So it's pretty much 100% accurate here in this really close one for both sides. Let's see if there's any difference in the first report with accuracy. I missed 1 blade. Another blade, pretty much nothing, no misses there, and no misses for him really. So the game's pretty much come into full accuracy with all the new dragons upgrades and the gem slot upgrades. But it's really important that you're looking at all the stats, right? And then looking at the replay, because sometimes, well, Toxin's going to do a lot of damage, or sometimes the debuff is going to be procced consistently. And those can make massive differences in your fights, and I urge you to make sure you're looking at the data. A lot of times people will say, hey, Hades, why did I lose this match? And then I'll go to the data and I'll go, hey, well, this is why. And then, it could be positioning was off, or they got really lucky with crits, or, things like this. I didn't even look at, types of crits here. Almost no critting, nothing there. So it wasn't anything like that. And sometimes the rolls are just different. Characters do not hit the same every time. Sometimes you get more procs than others, right? It's not guaranteed every match to be the same result. And little sways can make huge differences in your report. So I urge you to make sure you're analyzing your data so that you can best improve in the future. And so if you guys like this kind of information, teaching you how to play the game to the highest level, let me know in the comments below. And if you have any suggestions, let me know so I can make more content in the future. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.